was a bad day in Lubbock for the Cowboys. I'm Barry Tramel, along with OSU writer Scotty Wright. We are in Lubbock, Texas. We're on Saturday. Oklahoma State laid an egg. The Cowboys lose to Texas Tech 45-35. It didn't seem that close. Cowboys were way behind most of the day, and in the end just didn't have enough, Scotty.
They didn't. They had way too many turnovers. The offensive line had issues. They were giving up way more sacks than we've seen from them all year. Tackling was an issue for the defense. There's so many different areas you can point a finger to something that went way south compared to the way it had been up until this point in the season. A lot of blame to go around in this one for the Cowboys.
Spencer Sanders, 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. He took the blame. Mike Gundy wasn't quick to blame Sanders, though. He said he'll have to see the film. The protection was not good. Sanders was sacked 7 times. He was running for his life. That offensive line did not play up to standards. And frankly, Texas Tech's front 7 is pretty good. That's the strength of their defense, maybe their team. And the Cowboys couldn't take advantage of a suspect Tech secondary.
No, they couldn't. That was the area where you really thought they would be able to make some progress, hit some big plays. But with the offensive line struggling early, it wasn't giving Spencer Sanders time to look down the field for big plays. They started having to throw some wide receiver screens. They finally got the running game going with Chuba Hubbard. He goes over 150 yards and scores 3 times. But they didn't have the big plays in the passing game that you thought that they might against a secondary that had struggled so much.
And meanwhile, Tech quarterback Jet Duffy, the backup, who has not been particularly effective this year, had a monster game, over 400 yards passing, hit a bunch of big plays, really looked like a vintage Tech quarterback against the Cowboys.
Yeah, he did, and that's it's one of those stereotypes that Oklahoma State gets tagged with a lot, that they make backup quarterbacks look like Heisman Trophy quarterbacks, and this was another on that list today of guys that have come in as a second or third string quarterback at the beginning of the year and had a really good day against Oklahoma State. Like you said, over 400 yards and kept hitting really tight windows on some big plays. Had some big plays from his receivers to make tough catches. Just overall a rough day for the defense.